Salam. Have you ever felt disconnected from your family, from friends, or even from yourself? Have you ever seen families sitting physically together, but the only thing they are actually connected to are their devices? If I were asked to name the biggest illness of our time and the main reason for pain, I would say that disconnection. In our modern world, people feel disconnected in most aspects and settings of their lives. Did you know that 61% of adults in the USA reported to be lonely in 2020? And more than 50% of teens are addicted to their devices and screens. And did you know that more than 46% of parents say they almost never have a meaningful discussion or conversation with their teen kids? I even believe that if I would take the average person, most problems and difficulties they face today are linked to a disconnect between himself now and a previous version that faced pain and trauma. Pain and trauma caused to a previous version of people is very likely to be the reason for their problems and troubles today. People feel disconnect on physical level and also spiritual level. As babies, humans very quickly understood that their only chance for survival and living on this earth is the connection with their caregivers and mainly the mother. We learn that connection is the number one survival need. On spiritual level, our spirit isn't from this physical world. Unlike the body, it doesn't get its needs met from these worlds like eating, drinking, going out, looking at beautiful things and so on. The spirit actually feels lonely and alienated in this world. It can only feel connected and whole when it connects to the spiritual world. And that's where faith and spirituality give the spirit its needs.
And by the way, it's a pleasure to have you as part of the community. If you like this video so far, please subscribe and like.
And even when we grow up, the number one need remains connection. It only gets different forms from our early childhood. Today, we see disconnect in most aspects of people's lives. Between partners in marriages, disconnect is the number one reason for feelings of sadness, anger, resentment, and loneliness. Between parents and their children, disconnect is the main reason for the feelings of neglect, abandonment, and insecurity within the broader families. Disconnect is causing people the same pain and painful feelings we just described. People can even be disconnected from their work and jobs. This disconnect causes people to feel stress, burnout, isolation, and dissatisfaction with the work they are doing. So remember, disconnect and disconnection isn't and shouldn't be the norm for our existence. Now one could ask, how are connections built? If I would like to have a healthy connection, if I would like to be connected to anyone or to anything, what do I do? The two main ingredients for creating connections are time and energy. Whether you'd like to improve your connection with your body to be healthier, with money to be wealthier, with the people around you to have a better relationship with them, with your work, with your spirituality, anything in life, all you need to do is to spend time and energy. Now one could ask, is it possible to spend time and energy with something and build an unhealthy connection? This is a great question because like they say in Arabic, الشجرة تعرف بثمارها. A tree is well known by its fruits, the results, and the same applies for connections. If you want to know if this is a healthy or unhealthy connection, ask this question. Is this connection I'm building bringing me closer to improving, growing, and purifying my spiritual and physical existence? Is it helping me to be happier, stronger, and more in peace with myself? So let's say we have spent time and energy on anything and we have created that connection. And that connection, that unhealthy connection, is bringing us further and further from our life goals, from a healthy connection with ourselves, with the people we love, from wealth, from success. Then we should have the courage to say enough is enough. This is the time where I'm going to break that connection. Now one could ask, does faith and spirituality give any central or any position to connections? Yes. In fact, faith has given connections the main and central position from all rituals. In fact, what you might practice 5 times a day as a Muslim, or the art of yoga, what people do, is nothing than trying to connect. Salah in Arabic comes from the word sila. Sila is connection. Another question I'm asked sometimes is, are there more important and less important connections in our lives? 100%. Because remember, we have limited time and limited energy in this life. Meaning we need to be very careful in knowing and deciding where to spend these two assets, where to spend our time and energy. So we must be very aware of our priority of connections. In every stage of my life, I need to know what are the connections I need to strengthen the most. Am I a student? Then is it school that I need to spend time and energy on besides my family? Is it my health? Am I living in a stage when I need to be financially strong and independent? Is it money? Is it health? Is it my spirituality? So yes, we need to be very careful and we need to know where to spend our time and energy. And please, when you try to figure out what connections you need the most, ask yourself, what do I need and what do I want? Because sometimes what we want isn't what we need to strengthen ourselves, to grow our health and wealth and success. And this is why it's important to follow what we need for the longer term instead of to follow what we want for this moment, for the short term. If I want to have as much as possible healthy connections in my life, then I need to work on my beliefs. So please let me invite you to be very aware of your connections, to be very aware of where you spend your time and energy, and to be aware of the beliefs you're acquiring every day. Ask yourself, are these the beliefs? Are these the connections I want to have in my life? Are these the ones I deserve? And inshallah, you will have the right answers that bring you the happiness you deserve in life, inshallah. Salam.